Namaste. Welcome to your vinyasa class practice for self-trust. We're going to begin standing in our mudra for self-trust, which is just interlocking the fingertips together, thumbs up, and gently resting them on top of your chest. You can widen your feet so you feel firm stance. Lengthen through the spine. Allow the shoulders to relax down the back. Just bring a soft, easy gaze to the eyes, soft, easy, relaxed face, and maybe even closing the eyes. Feel the chest gently lift on your inhales and gently fall on your exhales. Notice any tension in the body. Notice if you're locking out your knees. Can you keep a little buoyancy? Can you stand up a little straighter, relaxing the tailbone downward, finding a little more lift in the sternum? And breathing into our mudra, our hand placements, the fingers interlocked, the warmth from the palms and the fingers gently radiating against your collarbones, against the sternum. Taking some deep breaths here. Begin to tune inward by tuning out any outside noises, thoughts, memories. Allow yourself to be right here, standing in your yoga space. Just you and your breath. We trust ourselves, somewhat unconsciously, to continue inhaling and exhaling, to continue pumping blood, to continue digestion, relaying messages from the eyes, the ears, the taste buds, fingertips, toes, all of the senses. We rarely think about, or at least I rarely think about, how much goes into those messages moving through the highways of the body to the brain, to the heart, to all the other centers. We just trust that it happens. We don't worry whether or not we're going to be able to take another breath. We don't worry if we can't exhale, save for any serious medical conditions. We're able to live and breathe and move and do as we please without consciously instructing the body to care for us. In this practice, we'll invite ourselves to take that to a deeper level, a less physical level, where we can trust ourselves to know and heal, to be creative, to get us through whatever it is that's in front of us. Take another deep breath into the hands. And then exhale, release the palms, bringing the hands down to your side. Lower the gaze, dropping the head closer towards the heart. Heel toe the feet together, or however far apart you need to feel grounded but ready to move. And on your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as you lift your gaze. Taking the fullest breath in you can. And exhale, bend the knees, forward fold.
Finding the release in the low back by bending the knees, dropping the crown of the head towards the floor, lifting the tailbone up. Take an inhale, halfway lift, tenting up on the fingertips and straightening through the spine, gaze still downward. Exhale, back to forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat, so you might need to bend your knees more. Inhale, look up halfway, and step the left foot to the back of the mat, lower the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, come into low lunge. We're gonna plant them right back down. Exhale. Lift up off your back knee. Step back to plank and right up to downward facing dog, lifting the hips, maybe walking your toes in. Pressing your chest towards your thighs, drawing energy up through the hands, through the feet, up to the arms and the legs, into the core, letting the head release. Inhale, look between your hands, tiptoe your way back to forward fold at the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders back as you inhale, look up halfway, hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands. This time stepping the right knee or the right leg to the back of the mat, lowering the right knee for our low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them back down. Plant hands, tuck the back toes, lifting up. Step the left foot back to plank. Hold for an extra second here before exhaling again, lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Settling a little more into the shape, fingertips spread wide. Long through the back, relax through the neck. Gaze between your knees or your feet. Full inhale. Exhale it out. Look between your hands again, tiptoeing towards the top of the mat. Look up halfway, bringing your hands to your shins, and then send the arms back in a straight line. Bend the knee. Drop the hips coming up through chair, bring the arms forward, weight in the heels, and then press into the feet to lift yourself to stand. Reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the elbows about 90 degrees like a cactus. Inhale, arms up, palms together, and draw them down through heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing that though we cue our breath, we again just trust that it happens. Most likely, you weren't worried or instructing your body to take in air through the nose and fill the lungs. And exhale, pressing the air back out. As we continue to move, continue to let that concept circulate in your head and maybe drop down into the heart space, into the body. Trusting yourself. Inhale, the palms up overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold. Look up halfway when you get to the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to plank. Lower through knees, chest and chin, or through chaturanga, lowering down to the belly. Elbows squeezing in, untuck the toes. Inhale to cobra, gently lifting the chest, dropping the gaze towards the top of the mat. Light in the hands here, you should be able to lift them up. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the forehead down to the mat. Bend the knees and gently windshield wiper the legs left and right, rocking out the low back. And bring them to stillness, lower the legs back down. Let's take one more cobra. Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and then down the back as you gently peel the chest up off the mat. Gaze just ahead of it. Tops of the feet pressing downward. Inhale, maybe lifting a little higher if that would feel good for you. And then exhale, shift up and back to child's pose. Sending the hips over the heels, chest rests on your thighs or maybe between your legs if you'd like to widen your knees. And lower the forehead down to your mat or to a block. Fingertips reaching towards the top of the mat. Tailbone lengthening down towards the back of it. Expanding into the upper back on your inhales. Releasing towards the earth on your exhales. Inhale the gaze between your fingertips. Walk your hands towards you a little bit and bring the left hand to the center of the mat. Sweep the right arm up. And we'll take a gentle twist as you exhale, lower that right arm, threading it underneath you. Gently twisting at the belly and lowering the right side of the face or the head down towards the mat if you can. Breathing in here. Breathing out here. Stay here for another round of breath. And then press into that left hand. Begin to lift yourself up and re-extend that right arm up overhead. And we'll switch the hands. So plant the right hand in the center of the mat. Inhale the left arm up and open. Exhale, gently thread that left arm underneath you. As you gently twist, lowering the left side of the face down to the mat. Breathe it out. Noticing the chest and the belly, press into the thighs. Curled in here. Use this shape to find your own center, like tucked into yourself, tuning out the world, curling in. Not out of fear, but out of concentration, acknowledgement that your answers, your joy lie within. Press down into that right hand to lift yourself back up, re-extend that left arm. Exhale, plant it down. Fingertips spread wide and reach towards the top of your mat, finding a little side body stretch, upper back stretch here. And then begin to tuck in. So tucking the belly button in, tucking the chin, rolling up to hands and knees. And then dropping the belly, lifting the gaze for cow pose. Exhale, look over your right shoulder and press the right hip out, almost like you're trying to catch your tail. Coming back to center, inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. I'm trying to catch your tail to the left. We'll take one more round of those. Right and left at your own timing. Coming back to center, walk your knees back a little and walk your hands forward enough to straighten your back and lifting your feet. We're going to lower on down the chest between the hands. So just bending into the elbows. Exhale, slow motion, lower down. And then windshield wiper, then legs left and right again. Knees still bent here. And then lower the legs. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Step the right foot forward. Find. Ground down through the legs to inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. Just subtly move that right hip back and the left hip forward in space. Shoulders are still down. Let's actually cactus the arms, so lowering the elbows, broadening through the heart. Inhale and exhale. Hugging the legs in towards each other. On our next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale. Plant the hands on either side of the right foot. Shift the weight forward, standing splits. Moving from the inner left thigh, lift the left leg up. Drop the gaze, drop the crown of the head. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, curtsy. Cross the left leg behind the right. Drop the toes to the outside edge of the mat. And inhale, look up halfway, bringing your arms back behind you like airplane arms. Inhale. Exhale. Press down into your right foot. Inhale. Step that left foot to meet the right. We're in a little half chair here. Drop the hips. Weight in the heels. Sweep the arms forward and up as you stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Find your plank.
And you can either lower down on your exhale all the way through chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, or lower to your knees and take, again, shifting the weight forward and just lowering the torso down. Releasing the legs at the bottom. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, step the left foot forward between the hands. Warrior one. Right heel plants down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Again, we're squaring the hips towards the top of the mat. Widen your stance if you need to. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cactus arms. Drop the gaze down in front of you. Slight tuck of the tailbone, slight lift of the sternum. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, plant the hands on either side of your foot, lower down. Shift the weight forward to the left foot and lift up that right leg from the inner thigh. Drop the head, gazing back at your knee. Breathe it out. Inhale, look up halfway and cross the right leg behind the left for curtsy pose. Swing the arms back. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay. Trust yourself to find the balance. Press down into that left foot and step that right foot to the left. The back is still straight here. So now we're kind of in our half chair. Go to chair pose, dropping the hips, sweeping the arms out in front of you, right up to stand. Reach it up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hips width distance, maybe 2 fists apart. And take the first 2 fingers, your peace fingers, and wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, look up halfway with your fingers around those toes so the spine is straight. If you need to bend your knees a lot, go for it. And then exhale, lower the chest over the shins, dropping the crown of the head towards the earth. You can stay here, or you can begin to work on straightening the backs of the legs. Balance the effort in the ease. No need to strain. You're tightening your face. That's a good sign to back off a little bit. Although a little shaking in the body is natural when we're asking our muscles to lengthen or rebuild, go easy on yourself. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, release your toes, bring your hands to your hips. With a straight back, come up to stand. Release the arms to your side. Inhale, sweep them up. Palms together at the top, exhale, down through heart center. Let's find our mudra once again by interlocking the fingertips and placing the palms against your chest. Still in a little bit of a wide-legged stance. Play around with tree pose here, balancing posture. So take a few moments to breathe into your feet, growing roots down, keeping a little buoyancy in the knees, firming up through the legs as if there's energy spinning around them, up into the torso. Just imagine you have a string up through your spine, up through the crown of the head, like a puppet. Someone's got you on a string, helping hold you upright, balanced. So that balance of lifting up and rooting down. When you're ready, shift the weight to the right foot. Maybe coming up onto your toes. Slowly make your way to your tree pose. Maybe starting here with just a little kickstand. Maybe your tree looks like foot against the calf. Maybe you go a little higher. Maybe you stand on both feet and just work on finding that balance, the connection between lifting up and grounding down. They're all the same. They all do the body good. They're all in the practice. Bringing your awareness to your mudra. And if this is too much, feel free to release that leg down. We want to focus on Pairing the mudra with the balancing posture. So keep the mudra. If that means you need to release the foot down to find your balance, then release that foot. But keep your hands at your heart center if you can. Then find a quiet space where your tree is grounded and stable. Maybe you blow a little with the wind, but you're able to hold the posture. And once there, let's take 3 rounds of deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Full cleansing breaths out. Rooting down and lifting up. After your 3rd exhale, draw the knee towards the center and lower the left foot. Roll out the heels. Cha-cha the hips, lift the knees. You need to shake it up. Holding on to that mudra as you can. And then finding again your stable base. Your firm legs. Engaged quads. Not relying on those knee joints to hold you up. Lift a little out of the pelvis, again, finding that lift and lightness, balanced with a grounded force, pressing down. Shift the weight to the left leg, and find your tree pose. Focusing your awareness and your breath more on the mudra at your heart. Tuning the 3rd eye gaze. Maybe even closing the eyes if you need a little extra challenge. It's a little too challenging for me today, so I'm going to keep them open. Continue to find the warmth over your heart center. Continue to root down as you rise up. And once you've found relative stillness, take those 3 deep inhales and full, expansive, releasing, cleansing exhales. Drawing that breath in to the deepest part. Expressing it on the breath out. Your 3rd exhale, draw that right knee in, slowly lower it down. Adjust your legs as you heel toe the feet together. Close the eyes and relax the gaze downward. Inhale. Exhale, release the palms and the hands to your side. And inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, warrior 2, opening hips this time. So right foot faces the top of the mat, left toes face the long edge. Arms extended, gaze over the front fingertips. Reach forward, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Breathe here. See if you can feel the sensation of the mudra against your heart. See if you can find some trust in the body to support you here. One more breath in. Exhale, side angle lunge, right elbow to right knee, left arm comes up overhead. Gently spin the heart towards the ceiling. Maybe letting that left arm come overhead, bicep over your ear. One more breath in here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, coming back through warrior 2. We'll take another reverse warrior on the exhale. And then inhale, lifting up partly your hands to frame the front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Sweep the right heel up and back, bend the knee, tucking that right heel in towards your glute. Open the hip towards the right. 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in, tuck in, finding a cat leg back. Inhale to extend up and back. Exhale, lower that right leg. Downward facing. Look between your hands. Bend your knees. And either tiptoe, or maybe you want to try just a little hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll the spine up to stand. Bringing the arms up with you. And let your exhale step the right foot to the back of the mat for warrior two. Left toes face the top of the mat. In line, the right heel is with the back arch. Sinking down, but not forgetting to draw the energy up. Gaze over your front left fingertips, reach forward, flip the palm, reverse warrior. Stay for the exhale. Supporting yourself with firm legs, lifting yourself up with the open heart and the lifted arm. One more inhale. Exhale to side angle lunge, left elbow to left knee, right arm comes up overhead. Gently spinning the heart towards the ceiling, maybe the gaze too. Maybe your right arm comes overhead a little bit more, reaching towards the top of the mat. Use your inhale to gently bring you back up to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the front foot. Stepping back. And lifting that left leg up and back, finding three-legged downward dog. Tucking that left heel in towards your glute and opening that left hip. By lifting that left knee. Then exhale, tilt the hips back down towards the mat, hug the knee in towards the nose as you crunch in and shift the weight forward. Exhale, send that leg back and up your leg down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Take a little hop or a step or two or a crawl to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your feet and walk your feet to the edges of the mat. And then bring your hands back to find a forward fold with the back. The head hang heavy here. Shift the weight gently forward and back from the ball of your foot to the heel of the foot. And then look up halfway on the knee. Turn the toes outward and bending into your knees, drop the hips between the feet, finding a yogi squat. Breathing deeply here. And usually, we take Anjali Mudra as I have here. If you'd like, you can bring that mudra back again. The unshakable trust mudra, fingertips together, palms against your heart, thumbs up. Full breath out. Exhale, release the hands to the mat, lift the hips, heel toe the feet back together. And then walk your hands towards the top of the mat to find a downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, lower the left knee, and tuck the toes. Low lunge, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale the left hand down, right arm stays up, gentle twist in towards that right knee. If you'd like, you can bend the left knee, reaching back for that left foot. Grabbing on if you can. Quad stretch here. If you can't grab it, you get the same sensation for you by opening that right shoulder back, reaching the fingertips back towards the foot, and pointing toes back towards your face. One more breath in. Gently release, lower the left leg down, sweep that right arm to frame the front foot. Step that right knee back. Take a round of cat and cow. Then gently make your way to downward facing dog. Feel the heels become heavier as they reach towards the mat. Look between your hands, and this time we'll step the left foot to the top of the mat, lowering the right knee on top of the toes. Low crescent lunge, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, plant that right hand to the inside of the foot, lifting the left arm, gently twisting towards your left leg. Stay here, or bend the right knee and reach back for that right foot. Breathing into wherever you feel it in sensations. Keeping the heart open here, don't compromise. Curling in. Stay open and bright. Trust yourself, shine out through the heart space, through your center. Gently release, lowering the right leg, cartwheeling that left arm back to frame the front foot. Coming back through tabletop. The cat and a cow. And then we're going to lower on down to our bellies. Lower the forehead to the mat. Reach the arms to your side. Palms facing downward. We'll take 3 rounds of the locust pose here. If you'd like, you can bring your hands underneath your thighs, or just keep them next to you. Variation is up to you. Either way, palms are face down. Activate the legs by bringing the big toes to touch, gently lifting the knees off the mat, maybe not. Lengthen through the legs. And on your inhale, gently lift the gaze, lift the heart. Then lift the toes. Lifting the legs off the mat. Keep the neck neutral. Finding length here. Rooting down through the base of where the ribs meet the sternum at the bottom. The solar plexus. Lifting through the heart chakra. Gaze towards the top of the mat. One more inhale. Slow motion release on the exhale. Release the arms from underneath you or next to you and walk them up overhead. Breathe. Tune back inward to yourself. Release your attention to any outside forces. And for our next locust variation, I think the Superwoman or Superman pose, super person pose. Reaching the toes back. Again, maybe the knees lift off the mat. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lift the fingertips. Finding a lift through the back. Inhale, reach and point. Exhale, swim the arms beside you like you're swimming through water. Reaching back for your feet, shoulders pressing back. Lower the gaze to the mat. One more inhale. Slowly lower on the exhale. Take a rest. If you feel up for it, we have one more locust pose. This time, I'm going to clasp my fingertips together behind my low back. Draw the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the arms, not locking out through the elbows. You can take this variation too, or the arms overhead, palms face down at your side or underneath you. Find what feels good, what works for you today. And then inhale to your locust pose. Celebrate the work that your body's doing. Send in fresh inhales. Let go of the doubt, let go of the struggle on the exhales. find the fiery core within you that's holding you up. And then gently release into it. Lowering down. Releasing the arms. Bring the left hand next to your face and extend the right arm long next to you. Turn the right side of your face down to the mat, and we're going to roll gently onto our right side, breathing into that right shoulder. It might help to kickstand yourself with your left leg by planting that foot down. And just adjust. You feel the stretch in your shoulder. Maybe you want to take a bind with the left arm. Find your shape. And then take 3 rounds of breath. And your final exhale will be the biggest one. And roll gently back to your belly. Bringing the right hand next to your face, extending the left arm long next to you. Roll to the left side of your face, and then all the way to the left side of the body. Breathing in to that left shoulder, that left arm. Using one foot to prop you up. Maybe taking the bind with the right arm. Finding your position. And then giving in to just the breath here as we hold and breathe. Final exhale is the biggest one yet. Gently release back to your belly on the ground. Inhale up to Sphinx, bringing the forearms to the mat. And you can just pivot on your elbows. Your fingertips to just touch your opposite elbow. Basically, you want your arms about shoulder width apart. You can widen your legs here and focus on pressing the pubic bone downward to relieve any tension in the low back that this posture may bring. Relax the shoulders as best you can. Lower the gaze towards the tops of your fingertips. Imagine yourself, the great Sphinx. Notice if there's tension anywhere else in your body. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your head. Literally or figuratively. Spend a few rounds of breath accessing those points of tension. And sending any words of affirmation or comfort. Bringing yourself acknowledgement and healing. Befriending ourselves, taking care of the child within will help us be a better adult on the outside. Take a final round of breath or two here. And then begin to tuck the chin and curl the upper back, lifting the belly off the mat. Inhaling back to Sphinx. Finding crocodile pose now, bringing one arm parallel to the top of the mat and stacking the other arm on top. Lowering the forehead down on top of the arms. Releasing here. Breathing slowly and steadily. finding a little rest. One more round of breath here. And lift the gaze. Bringing the left arm back where we had it for Sphinx pose. A 90-degree angle with the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. I'm going to bend into that right knee so the right foot lifts. And just reach back for that right leg. If you've got the foot, maybe pressing down to find a quad stretch. Spend as much time as you need, as you like here, before gently releasing. Bringing the right arm to that 90-degree angle, half Sphinx arm, and then bending that left knee, reaching back with the left arm to grab that left foot, or reaching back for it if you don't quite have the grab. And maybe pressing down, finding that quad stretch. Inhale. Gently release on the exhale. Pressing into the forearms of the belly off the mat. Walk the knees in. And shift the hips over the heels. Taking a second in child's pose before reaching the arms back for your heels. We're going to make our way to rabbit pose. You're also welcome to stay here in child's if this is better for you right now, or if you prefer not to take rabbit or any of the other poses, always optional. But for rabbit, we grab our heels, press the shoulders away from the ears, and hug the belly in as we lift our hips and roll to the crown of the head. Stay very light with weight in the head, so you're almost hovering above the floor. Feel expansion between the shoulder blades, the tops of the toes pressing down into the mat, hips lifting up, hamstrings, might be feeling it here. Relax the face and the jaw. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. Bring the hands next to you and slowly curl up to sit. Finding thunderbolt pose. Spending a moment here. Coming back to our mudra. Sitting back on your heels, on your knees like this is uncomfortable. Feel free to take any comfortable seated posture. Bringing back our mudra. Breathing in deeply. Noticing the state of the body, the mind. How gentle and purposeful movements can bring us a little more centeredness. Tuning outward again. Tuning out again. So we can go inward. These meditative moments are more the time for questions and not answers. Allowing yourself to sit with the uncertainty, with the decision, with your options. Sitting with your sensations, not expecting answers, just holding space for them. Finding comfort in that you are never alone in yourself. You are made up of the same particles that make up everything else on Earth and the universe, stardust. Often we do feel alone. We do feel unable to make decisions, anxious for the future. We can be comforted to know that we are intertwined together, held together by seemingly magical forces. Still breathing without awareness, breath, until we bring that awareness to it. When we do that is where we find our peace and find deep sense of calm. The more you practice, the more easily you can find this. With that, we'll take an inhale, a big conscious breath. Keep sipping in all the air you can. And then a big breath out. Releasing that mudra. Shifting the hips to one side, extending the legs long. Finding a forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing the belly over the thighs and reaching for your feet, your ankles. Lower the hands, lower the gaze. Begin to loosen downward towards the mat. And curl the spine back up to sit. Walk the hands 6 inches or so behind you. Hug the shoulder blades in. Inhale, lift the heart, open the throat, and drop the head back. Exhaling, curling in, tucking the chin. Inhaling, lifting up, opening. Exhaling, curling in. Take one more of those. Inhale, lifting the heart, arching the back, dropping the head back. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, curling the spine. Coming back to neutral, the soles, the feet together, the bound. Inhale to the chest, exhale, fold. Wiggling down, arms, elbows, in front of the shins. Maybe taking our mudra here as well, if you feel so inclined. We'll be here for about 3 more rounds of breath. On your third exhale, release the mudra and just bring it underneath your toes. Cupping your feet in the hands. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, curl the spine, tucking in. And release, bringing the knees together. Holding yourself up with your hands behind you, taking a little windshield washer, windshield wipers, the left and right. Rolling out through the glutes. Gently twisting out the spine. Taking your time. And when you feel even, coming back to center. Lowering the back down to the mat. Heel toe the feet to the edge of the mat. And we'll take that same windshield wiper, just with a wide leg this time. So lifting and lowering the knees together to the left and to the right. Even out your lefts and rights. We'll come back to center. Hug the knees in, bringing your hands, knees, taking a wide-legged happy knee. And you can rock left and right. Or just stay still. And bring the legs together, cross the right knee over the left, and grab your shins or the tops of your knees, your feet. And gently pull the feet back towards you until you maybe feel that stretch in the right glute, right outer hip. Tuck the chin to lengthen through the spine. One more breath in here. Release your grip and gently pull your legs over to the left for a supine twist. Knees to the right, send the right arm up. Let your gaze gently fall to the right shoulder. Soften into the breath. Let it release you down into the earth. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Uncross the right leg, extend it long, straight towards the sky, point to flex the foot. And grabbing hold of the edges of your mat or placing your palms face down, we're going to just lower that leg out to the right, opening that hip. Inhale back to center. Plant the right foot back down to the left. Take that series on the other side. Cross the left knee over the right. And then lift the knees towards you. Grab onto your knees or your shins, maybe the ankles. And even if you can't reach anything, lower your arms down to the sides, wherever feels comfortable. If you've got something in your hands, gently pull the feet or legs down towards the ground, in towards you. Breathing in to the left side, left hip. Getting deep into the glutes. Gently releasing your grip. Lower the knees to the right side. Extend the left arm next to you, look over your left shoulder. Enjoy the twist. Giving way to gravity. Finding a little deeper relaxation in each exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Lengthen the left leg towards the sky. Point the toes, flex the foot. Point and flex. And again, holding on to the edges of your mat or firmly pressing the palms down. Lower that left leg open towards the left. Inhale. Plant the foot. Then walk the feet out. Bringing the heels to the edges of the mat or maybe wider. So take a really wide leg stance here and extend the arms long. Gently fallen 5-point star. Preparing for Shavasana. Let the arms and the legs become weightless, as if you're floating. Release the conscious breathing and allowing our bodies to keep us moving, breathing, keep us in this life. Releasing the mind from the task of attaching onto thoughts. Just let it float there between consciousness and sleep. As we rest, align in time. Enjoy if you can. Practice if you can't enjoy. Stillness. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, bringing some awareness to the physical body, physical space around you. Inviting little movements, gently rolling in towards yourself on one side. And then gently pressing up to a comfortable seat. Inhale the arms wide like a T. Then exhale, cross them in front of you, giving yourself a hug. Wiggling the fingers over your shoulder blades, around your shoulders, tucking your chin. Drawing inward the senses. May you honor your body. And that your body then honors you. May you trust your body. As your body trusts you. May you express through your body. As your body can express you. Gently release your hug, extending the arms wide. And then exhaling, releasing, lifting the gaze. May you find peace and trust within and continue this practice off the mat into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. I hope to join you again soon on the virtual mat. Thank you.